Hear ye, hear ye. This court is now in session. Will the defendant please rise? We will hear the case of Jack, who is accused of murder, felony theft, felony burglary, and felony criminal trespass. I'm going to read what that means ahead of time. I should have done it the first time. Murder, to kill another person. Theft, to take someone's property worth more than $300, but no threat. Burglary, to break into and enter a person's home, intending to rob. And criminal trespass, to break into and enter someone's home or public building where known not to be welcome, or to do physically something to someone's property.
We will now hear the opening statements of the prosecution and defense team.
Prosecution first.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant, Jack, is accused of felony murder, felony theft, felony burglary, and felony criminal trespass. We will prove that the defendant, Jack, is guilty of these crimes. We know that Jack got an axe and cut the Beanstalk into intentionally killing the ogre, and if he is proven guilty of murder, he can get 20 to 40 years in jail or up to life or death.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant, Jack, is accused of felony murder, felony criminal trespass, felony theft, felony burglary. We prove that the defendant, Jack, is not guilty of these crimes. We know that Jack is responsible for the ogre's death in his own self-defense. Jack is innocent of criminal trespass because the ogre's wife let him in. Jack is innocent of theft because it was his beanstalk, and so he thought everything was on his property too. Jack is innocent of burglary because he was not intending to rob, but he needed it for his own good. The prosecution team will now call and question their witnesses. I call Jack Smalls to stay.
I thought you were the cross-examiner. Who is? I'm confused. Huh?
They're the warrants.
Yeah.
But you told us that day that we weren't supposed to do the hawk and ogre's wife. Because I asked.
Do whatever. Okay, something's wrong. I thought Will was your lawyer.
He is.
Are you the defense?
No.
We're the prosecution.
All right. So now, prosecution, call you sit down. Who are the prosecution witnesses? All right. So let's call one of them. Who's working those two? They go first. So Evan, call your person.
Okay.
I was confused.
Draw the heart to his hand.
There you go. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Yoda.
Okay, Hart, what happened the day you were stolen?
A young boy kidnapped me and took me down a beanstalk.
And what happened to your master that day?
My master was killed because Jack cut down the beanstalk while my master was still on it.
Did Jack come to the castle without permission?
Yes, he did.
And what else did that young boy named Jack steal?
He stole the goose that lays golden eggs and bags of gold.
Defense, who's cross-examining?
What would the ogre do to Jack if he caught Jack? Yeah. What would the ogre do to Jack if he caught Jack? Eat him. Did you see the ogre chasing Jack? Yes.
You're dismissed, Laura.
I call the ogre's wife to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you Frodo.
What's that mean?
have any evidence of Jack stealing anything?
No, I didn't. Not until the next day.
How many times did you invite Jack in?
Twice.
Do you have any evidence of Jack killing your husband?
Yes, I saw Jack put down the beanstalk.
Where were you when the heart was stolen?
I was cleaning.
Did you tell Jack to come in the time that the heart was stolen?
No.
No further questions.
Do you know where Jack lived? No. Why did you not believe your husband when he said that he smelled an English boy's blood after he checked it out? Because he was probably smelling the blood of the... I don't know. What would your husband have done to Jack if he caught Jack?
Objection.
What are you objecting to? Okay. What's the problem?
You can't ask that.
Yes, you can. Hi. Overruled. Go ahead. You're fine.
What would your husband have done to Jack if he caught Jack? He would ask him why he stole his stuff. Why did you let Jack in your house? Because he was poor and hungry. How do you know that? Because he told me.
No further questions.
The defense team will now call any additional witnesses. I call Jack's mother to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you, little puppy?
Were you aware of Jack's whereabouts every day?
Yes, I was aware that he climbed the beanstalk, but I didn't know what was at the top.
Do you believe that Jack intended to cause the death of the ogre?
No, because he was in an emergency and he did it in self-defense.
Did you ever climb the beanstalk to find out what was at the top?
I never climbed the beanstalk because I just never thought about it.
When you threw the beans out of the window, did you know that the beans would grow into a beanstalk?
I didn't know that it would turn into a beanstalk because I was mad at Jack for trading our cow for 5 cents.
Thank you. No further questions.
Did you know that your son stole the gold, the hen that laid golden eggs, and the heart? Why didn't you ask your son where he got all the money? I just never thought about it. Do you think your son is guilty of theft, murder, burglary, and criminal trespass? No further questions.
I'd like to call Jackson's name.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you, Monty Python?
Holy grail. Did you intend to cause the death of the ogre?
Put out of self-defense.
Did you buy or trade something for the beans?
Yes, my cow.
Where did you plant the beans?
My mother planted them.
Where did your mother plant them?
Our yard.
When you were in the ogre's house, did he threaten to murder you?
Yes, when I was trying to go down the
Beanstalk. So you did cause the death of the ogre out of self-defense. Yes, ma'am. Any further questions?
Mm-mm.